Hello and welcome to Week 6 of the 2014-2015 Red Light Truck Series winter season, airing on RLN. I'm your host, Jeremy Patterson. With me tonight is Matt Breckel. We'll do our best to keep up with what's happening on the track and hopefully provide an enjoyable broadcast. Tonight we bring you live coverage from Kentucky Speedway, where the boys will be racing for 80 laps on this 1.5-mile tri-oval. After tonight, we'll go to Watkins Glen, our only road course of the season, and Dover, Richmond, and Charlotte. Unfortunately, we will not be able to broadcast the next two races. That'll be Watkins Glen and Dover due to work schedule. But we will return on February 2nd for the final two races of the season. Richmond, sure to be fun. It's a nice short track. And then follow up at the heart of NASCAR at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And tonight I want to give a big thank you to Tim Lewis. He made a very generous donation today to help with the league expenses. We're very fortunate to be able to provide these races, the broadcast, all the associated stuff such as the website hosting and TeamSpeak. All of it free of charge for our drivers. We never have entry fees or anything like that. Tim's been really great about supporting the league financially from the start and been a very integral part of the Red Light team. If you would like to make a donation to the league, go to our website, redlightleague.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom. There'll be a little PayPal donate button. Any amount would be much appreciated. However, members are in no way obligated to donate, so don't feel like you have to, but it would definitely be greatly appreciated to help with the expenses, like I said, the website and all that stuff. So let's have a look at our season points. Sean Butler, he's on a 3-win streak. And last week, he started in 5th in the season standings, and this week he starts in 1st in season standings. The way the points are set up, it's sure to be pretty exciting clear to the end, though. I mean, only 30-point difference between 1st and 10th. These top 5 all within 7 points of each other, so still extremely close racing. 4 races to go. It can still be anybody's championship. So it looks like qualifying has finished. And Sean Butler qualifies pole, so he's looking to stretch that win streak out another race. And he was battling right there at the end, trying to get that fast lap during practice. I'm not sure if he got it or not, but he got it when it counted, and that's right in qualifying. What do you think? What do you think we're going to see tonight, Matt?
I think I just got in, missed a lot of the practice, but given our history with Kentucky, I think it's going to be kind of rough going, which conversely usually means good racing for us because people are fighting the track rather than themselves.
Yeah, it could be. I drove it a little bit earlier. It felt pretty stable, but every now and then it would just jump up and surprise you. And I have a feeling we're going to see a little bit of that tonight.
Glad to see Andrew Williams showing up here tonight. That's good. Good join.
Yeah, definitely. He's been with us since the beginning. Can't always make it, but always good to see him in the field. He and Kevin O'Brien both join us from Australia, so we are a worldwide international league. And we're just waiting for... What's that?
I'll say there's another name, Christopher Schnetzler. Is he new also?
Yeah, Chris just joined us today. He's got the number 24 right now. I don't know if that's going to be his permanent number in the league or not. I didn't get a chance to talk to him. And Chris has been on iRacing since about the beginning. Looked at his profile and said he's been here for over 5 years, so a lot of experience added to the league there. All right, drivers are rolling out. We'll run through the grid real quick. In row 1, your pole sitter, Sean Butler. In second place, Dustin Lee.
Row 2, you've got Jacob Fife and Nate LaFleur.
Row 3, Teddy Wisniewski and Max Terrio.
Row 4, we got Glenn Sidman and Tim Lewis.
Row 5, we have Joshua Buckley and Damon Gilbert.
Row 6 is Christopher Sutter and John Fershing.
Row 7, Robert Craze and Andrew Williams.
Jamie Christensen was the last in time, and then Will Kirk.
And rounding out the field is the 22 of Dustin Phillips and the 84 of Kevin O'Brien. And drivers come around turn 4 and get ready to take the green flag. Woo! Crazy move on the outside of Dustin Lee for the lead.
The second group back there is 2 by 2, 2 rows deep.
Yeah, they're still side by side through most of the field right now.
There we go, turn around. One turned around, a couple hit. It's going to be yellow for that.
Looks like the 68. Was that the 68? 2 got involved in that.
Damon Gilbert, 68.
Yeah, 68 of Damon Gilbert I saw go around. Let's go back and have a look at a replay. Yeah, I think Gilbert, looks like Gilbert and Sidman got together a little bit there. Let's go watch this again in slow motion from the top. Man, they just barely made contact. I don't know that I don't know that one of them came down and the other went up. I think they were just kind of side by side and so close. Just a tiniest little bit. Tiny little bit of contact was enough to send him around. He's right on the exit of that turn, so the truck's already, you know, as stressed as it can be at that point. All right. All right, so Damon will go and get repaired. And Dustin Lee is now leading the race. That was a pretty wild move on the outside there around Sean Butler, but he pulled it off nice and clean. So Glenn Sidman and Joshua Buckley, they both pit.
Yeah, looks like Sidman, Buck, Gilbert, and Craze all bid.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked at the I looked at the incident again. What do you think, Matt? It didn't look to me like either of them really shifted their line at all. They were just that close to each other.
Yeah, it looked like sort of lost it, but he was on his way to recovering it. But the other guys behind him were able to let up and move out of the way in time.
Yep. And it looks like Dustin is going to start on the outside, so that might be the preferred starting position here for restarts. Lights are off on the pace car. Drivers are getting doubled up. And we'll go green here in just a bit. Pace speed of this track is 60 miles an hour. Pit speed's 50. Kind of low banking here. It's only 14 degrees in the turns. Usually on these 1.5 mile cookie cutter tracks you see steeper banking, but that low banking in the turns requires you to get on the brakes a little bit on entry. Otherwise you'll push up to the outside wall.
Oh yeah, pushing up, coming out, it's always a big concern here.
Yep. His car dives
All right,
off.
here we go.
Ooh, almost, leaders almost got together there. Dustin Lee has the momentum on the outside. Wow, shoots right past Sean. And Jacob Fife's coming with him.
Yeah, it looks like the outside's only the way to be here. Oh, then again, just
Yeah.
88 just powered by.
'29 Teddy Wisniewski looks to the inside of Max Terrio. And 81 and Nate LaFleur is putting some pressure on Tim Lewis too. Looks like he might be trying to go around him here. Ooh, Tim goes to the inside. Oh, and 81. 81 goes around. He's in the wall. They're crashing. You see here, the 81 just kind of gets loose on his own. He saw that action up ahead of him. May have distracted him a bit. He gets loose on his own, comes right down into the 15 of John Fershing. And a couple other cars look like they might have got tagged a little bit there too. I see that.
I think Andrew Williams got him.
Yeah, the 54 of Andrew Williams looks like he got it too. Let's go on board with Andrew Williams here. See what he saw. Right about here, you see him getting loose up there. Yep, right there you see 81 and Nate LaFleur sideways. And kind of tough to call at this point. You really don't know where to go, especially once they start pinballing around. Looks like Andrew may have gotten tagged from behind when he was slowing down. Yeah, Andrew Williams checked up a little bit harder than William Kirk did. That's what sent Andrew Williams around. All right, so a little bit messy here. First 10 laps, 2 cautions. Let's see if we can get out there and get some green flag racing.
Yeah, I guess the racing predictions are pretty much off.
It's tough to call. It seems like it's always the opposite of what we think it's going to be. So lots
So
of
I'm gonna have
drivers
to
on.
start saying that.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to start saying that there'll be a lot of shit so that there won't be.
Yeah, right. Lots of drivers come down pit road. We're 10 laps in. Still requiring at least one more pit stop before the end of the race.
Top 5 still haven't pitted. Also, Kevin O'Brien. I don't know if that's right, but it says he hasn't pitted also.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing. No pitting on Kevin O'Brien yet. And most of the leaders, the top 5, have not pitted yet either. Pit window here is about lap 25 to 55. One tank of gas will take you about 56 or so laps. So anytime after lap 25 will be enough fuel to finish up the race.
It's like Damon Gilbert taking it to the hauler after 2 early wrecks.
Yeah, tough break for Damon. He's usually a contender in our top 10, and that's going to hurt his season. It's terrible. I hate to see a driver get out that early in the race.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this could end up being his drop week.
Yeah, I need to make up a list of which drivers have already used a drop week as far as missing a race completely. I guess that'd be good info to have. It would be more meaningful when you're looking at the season points to see, yeah, this guy might be a little bit lower, but he hasn't used a drop week yet, whereas this guy, the other guy has. Yeah, that almost got real exciting there between Tim Lewis and Max Theriault. I thought for sure those guys were going to go around, and then the action ended up happening right behind them.
Yeah.
And Joshua Buckley kind of ducked down on pit road like he was going to pit. Decided not to.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. The window's already done. I think they're about to go.
Yep, lights are off on the pace car. Drivers will get doubled up. All right, here we go.
Number 3.
Wow, Sean Butler gets a really good start. He cuts up in front of Dustin Lee. That's going to cut Dustin out of the lead. Right next to him is the 29 of Teddy Wisniewski. Teddy was telling me before the race he did a lot of practice laps here, so I expect to see him running up front quite a bit. Oh, Sean Butler in the wall. What happened to Sean? It looked like he just pushed up wide and got into the wall.
Well, at least he got up there and didn't feel.
Yeah, good job hanging on to it, but oh, that hurts for Sean. He was up there, strong lead too. Now Dustin Lee does that momentum move on the outside again and shoots right past Teddy Wisniewski.
John's got to hope for a caution so he can make his repairs and get his Pit stop.
Yeah, I don't know if he might not have got much damage on it, and if he didn't, he can. I trust that he can climb his way back up here if he needs to.
But yeah, that's true. Got some bumping going on. Lewis and see the guy right beside him.
Tim Lewis and Glenn Sidman. Right behind them, you got William Kirk and John Fershing side by side. That's for the 10th position. I mean, just look at that outside line. When you watch William Kirk's truck, he just shoots right past John Fershing like he has a booster in there or something. So much momentum out there. Back up near the front, now we're side by side with Joshua Buckley and Max Terrio for the 4th spot. Whoa, the 24, Christopher Schessler gets a lot of momentum coming out of the turn, and he goes right past Joshua Buckley. Chris is a newcomer to our league. He just joined us tonight, and like I said earlier, I looked at his stats. He looks like a really, really fast racer, and he has a lot of experience. So we'll see if he can get up front and give these guys a challenge too. Back up front, still got Dustin Lee leading. Teddy Wisniewski not too far behind. Teddy is just closing that gap. Dustin knows if Teddy gets to the outside of him, he's going to get past him.
Yeah, I just did some close-up Sean Butler's truck. It's pretty messed up.
Is it? How are his lap times right now? Side by side?
About 2/10 off the leader.
Teddy Wisniewski threatening to take the lead away from Dustin. He's on the inside. Dustin barely led that lap. And right behind them is Jacob Fife putting the pressure on both of them. Jacob Fife gets to the outside of Teddy. I think he's going to take the 2nd spot from him. Teddy just about took the lead there down on the inside. And behind them, you got Joshua Buckley and Max Terrio side by side for 4th. Now Jacob Fife gets the pressure of the leader. Dustin's led almost every lap of this race. Sean Butler led one, and Teddy Wisniewski, actually he did get scored for leading a lap there at some point.
Yeah, it might have been during the switch.
And leading one lap is very valuable. You get that bonus point, and with the regular points being so low, bonus points are very, very powerful in this league. Got a little group battling back here. Glenn Sidman, who's that? William Kirk and Tim Lewis and John Fershing, all 4. I tell you, every time you on that backstretch, cars are side by side. You see the outside lane just take off. Jacob Fife looks to the inside of Dustin for the lead. Dustin going to use that momentum on the outside lane to try to hang on to it. Let's see if he can. Oh, he has to back off a little bit. He almost pushed up into the wall, and that kills his momentum and lets Jacob Fife take the lead. Teddy Wisniewski's still in the battle. And here we got Christopher Schetzler and William Kirk side by side. William Kirk using the momentum on the outside to get past Christopher. And still side by side between Tim Lewis and Glenn Sidman. These two have been dancing side by side for several laps now. Looks like Glenn does get all the way around Tim there. Maybe not quite. They're still going to be side by side coming into the front stretch. Meanwhile, up front, the top three have kind of broken away from the pack a little bit. After Newski, almost 2 seconds back to fourth spot of the number 2 of Joshua Buckley. Still lots of battling going on back here around the 10th position.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Christopher Schetzler, sorry, I'm probably butchering his name. Looks like he got a little bit low and he had to back way off.
Yeah, that's the, seems like if you go too low, you're going to have to back off so much that the people with the outside line have the momentum of the fast chase.
Yep.
Yeah, he's completely lost it with you that lap ago they were all together.
Ooh, Tim almost gets up in front of Glenn Sidman, but thinks better of it. He knew Glenn had all that momentum there. You can't really shoot up in front of him. I thought he was going to go for it, but he does a little crossover here in turns 3 and 4, and I think he's going to secure that position now. Tim Lewis moves up to 8th.
124 might be doing some strategy pitting. He's lap 30. He's pitting right now under green. He won't have to pit again.
Who is that?
Number 24, Christopher Schetzler.
All right, Christopher comes down pit lane. He has a little bit of damage on that truck too, it looks like. And he does get a quick reset, so he'll get a brand new truck, get some new tires, and he is in the pit window, so if it stays green, he'll be able to finish it out. And sometimes pitting early can be a real benefit to you because you get more time on those newer tires. When you wait till the very end, you only get a few laps on those new tires, so you don't really benefit from them quite so much. Talking to some of the drivers before the race, they said there is noticeable fall off. It's not real bad, but it is noticeable. Jamie Christensen, William Kirk fighting for the 8th position. Side by side. Back up front, Jacob Fife continues to lead. He's now led 8 laps, coming to number 9. Dustin Lee right behind him. He has led 22 laps of this race, so that extra point for leading the most laps is still up in the air. Sean Butler still back in 11th spot with that damaged truck.
Yeah, he's still running about 2 tenths off the leader.
How far off?
2 tenths.
Oh yeah, that hurts. Definitely not the kind of night Sean was hoping for with coming off of that 3-win streak, which did put him up to the lead position for the league. He looks to the inside of the 15 of John Fershing for the 10th spot. Makes a nice clean pass.
I don't know if you can get a shot of the front right of his car, but it's pretty much outside.
Yep, looking at it right now, and there is quite a bit of damage. It looks like that front right wheel well is a little pushed in. Lots of scrapes down the side of the truck. His spoiler's bent up a little bit, so not a whole lot of fun to drive a truck that's messed up.
Yeah, he's hoping for a caution right.
Right now, the 00 of Robert Craze is in the lucky dog position. 1 lap down. And up front, Jacob Fife makes his lead a little bit bigger on Dustin. Dustin's still putting the pressure on him, though.
At 40, Silverado.
Drivers are mostly sorted out. Still back around this 8th, 9th, 10th spot. Lots and lots of battling going on there. Sean Butler now looking to the inside of Tim Lewis to try and take 8th, so he's still passing people. He might not be gaining much on the leader, but he is still passing people. Get himself up in a good spot in case there is a caution.
Hey, it looks like Andrew Williams has got his connection problems fixed and he's coming back on track. 24 laps down.
Alright, so he'll join us. Yeah, I hate to see a driver have to go because of a connection issue, but it happens. Looks like Glenn Sidman just pitted under green. So top 3 still Jacob Fife, Dustin Lee, and Teddy Wisniewski. And they have a considerably good lead ahead of the rest. Actually, Buckley's pushed pressure in Wisniewski a little bit there. He's only about a half a second behind him. Fife and Lee have a pretty big gap in front of Teddy, though. Yeah, you can see just over 3 seconds gap between Dustin and Teddy.
Sean Butler on pit road.
All right, let's see. I'm pretty sure he'll still have. Yeah, he hasn't even pitted yet, so he definitely has a quick reset to get that truck patched up. And he's right up there in that front stall on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen there. He gets 2 tires and takes off. So, bringing in the strategy. Oh no! Sean just about loses it coming out of pit road. He does lose it. Oh no! That brings out a caution.
Brings out the caution.
That is not good. Yeah, it's so tricky on that apron down there. It's so narrow, and you get a little over aggressive with it, and it bites you, and it bit Sean hard. Oh. I know Sean's not going to want me to show this, but I'm going to show you the replay anyway. Here you see him leaving pit road, and
Ouch.
right there you see his right side tires get up on the yellow line a little bit, and that's just enough to upset the truck, and you get on the gas a little too hard. He smacks the wall, comes back, almost straightens it out, and back end still loose on him, comes around and brings out the caution. It's just not Sean's night. It's just not working out for him. And I'm not sure about the damage he has. He may have to pit again to get repaired, which would take away any advantage he would have had from just pitting.
Top 9 are on road.
It looks like we got mostly 4-tire stops here. I think Sean's the only one who did a 2-tire stop, which was under green. Sean's got quite a bit of damage. It looks like on the right rear corner. It might not mess up his handling. Usually it's just that those front wheels get really twisted around and it messes you up.
I think Kevin O'Brien was the only one. The first. Oh, okay, there he goes. He's going to go down.
Kevin comes down pit road. So after the round of pit stops, I think Dustin Lee will take the lead back. A couple cars are waiting for a wave around. It'd be the 81 and Nate LaFleur. Actually, I believe he's the only one waiting. Yep. And Andrew Williams, he might... No, Andrew cannot get a wave around since he's not up in the front right now. And I believe the lights will go off on the pace car this time. Drivers get doubled up and get ready to go green. Had a pretty good green flag run there. I didn't hear what you said, Matt. It kind of cut out.
Said, yeah, that was nice.
And Dustin Lee is pulling off the track. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's in the grass. Is he parking it for the night? I wonder what that was all about. Did you see that? He just pulled off into the grass for a couple minutes or a couple seconds and then pulled back out.
Yeah, I saw that and figure it out.
Hopefully that doesn't give everybody a black flag. No, he's pulling back up to his position. Something might have come up. He may have had to step away from the computer for a second or two. Sometimes you get watching these races, you forget these guys are they're at home right now, and baby starts crying or wife starts yelling at you or something. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, pace car ducks off. We get ready to go. Nate LaFleur gets out front for now. We'll see if Dustin has the momentum coming out of turn 2. I don't think he will. Nope, Nate's able to get not quite up in front of Dustin yet. I think he's got that. Oh!
Here you.
Yeah,
Had
Buckley.
to tap and back off.
It looked like Buckley had to back way down, and when Buckley backed down, Terry almost got into it. But great job by both of those drivers keeping it clean. That takes a lot of patience to back down like that when you want that momentum. Further back in the field, we're side by side with Sean Butler and Christopher Schetzler. It looks like Sean still has that damage on his truck. Yeah, he didn't pit again, so he might be drivable. Back up front, Jacob Fife making a little bit of a comfortable lead here. Oh, caution's out. Oh, and that was Schetzler and Butler. Oh, man. Sean just not having a good night. Let's go back and watch the replay of that. I tell you what, that looked almost identical to that first caution that we had. Right in turns 1 and 2, side by side. Doesn't look like anybody really shifted off of their line. They were just kind of right there, going for the same spot at tarmac.
Yeah.
Let's go on board with the 81 of Nate LaFleur and see it from his point of view. Here we go, coming into turn 1. Looks like, yeah, I mean, from this point of view, it looks a little bit like Schetzler might have moved up, but it's so hard to tell. I mean, every angle you look at it, it looks like something different happened. I hate to see Sean's night go. I hate to see any driver's night go like this. That's just,
Sometimes he's in the back now. No loss by pit now.
Yep. Sometimes you just have one of those nights, man. It just seems like everything's out to get you. You know, I mean, it just, nothing goes your way, and Sean is definitely having one of those nights.
What you're talking about every time on the restrictor plate.
Yeah, exactly. Restrictor plate's one of those ones where you can be doing awesome all night long, and with 3 to go, it's over. You're done because something happened in front of you. You didn't even see what happened. Especially if Tony Stewart's up in front of you. I'll tell you what, though, I would not be surprised to see Sean make a comeback. He's got a brand new truck now. We got, what, just under 30 laps to go. He's coming out in the 12th position. Couple things go his way.
Cautions.
Yeah. Did the leaders pit that time? I don't think they did.
I don't think so. It's just the back.
Yeah, the leaders did not pit, so I don't know, man. Sean, he'll be starting in row 6, and he's got a fresh set of 4 tires. I wouldn't be too surprised. I'll be surprised if he can win it, but I won't be too surprised to see him pull off a podium. He has a lot of good competition out there, though. And this could be Jacob Fife's night too. I don't believe he's won any races with us yet.
No, he's like the stealth driver. He's third in points, but no victories yet.
Yep. And Fife is a very strong driver. Go ahead.
Jacob just said he's going to take outside lane.
Yeah, I definitely got to agree with these guys. Just watching them, the outside lane's clearly the place to be. I've seen a couple passes on the inside though, so it's nice. You know, nice that it works either way. But on restarts, I think the outside's the place to be because you can really gun it through turns 1 and 2 and get that momentum and shoot up in the front.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. If both sides are equal, have an equal run off the turn, then the outside's going to win. But for whatever reason he takes it too wide, then the inside definitely can take advantage.
Yep. This track is extremely bumpy. When I was driving it earlier, man, that truck was bouncing all over the place, and that definitely adds a lot to the difficulty in handling here. Not quite as bad as the old Daytona track. The old Daytona track was like racing on the moon.
All right, we got 15 cars on the lead lap, 16 on track, so good little 30-lap shootout, 25-lap shootout.
Tim Lewis almost takes it 3 wide on the outside, but thinks better of it. Fife has some momentum on the outside. Buckley's right behind him, and just behind him we're side by side with William Kirk and Teddy Wisniewski. Ooh, Teddy just about gets into Buckley. And William Kirk, okay, he disappeared for a little bit. I think he might have had a connection issue, but he's back.
Yeah, he does. He's got connection issues.
Still side by side, nose and nose for the lead. You see, Fife gets the run on the outside there, and then in the turns, Dustin's able to take it side by side again. Close battling behind him too. There's Sean Butler side by side with, I think it was Jamie Christensen, the number 8 car. We'll stay focused here on the leaders.
That? Sean Butler already up.
What'd I tell you? There he is, Sean Butler in 5th place. He's putting those new tires to use. Buckley, reigning champion, looks to the outside of Dustin Lee for the 2nd spot. Butler's tired of messing around, man. He's coming. He's coming to take this lead. Fife extends his lead while these guys battle for 2nd place. Sean Butler all over the bumper at Teddy Wisniewski. He is putting the pressure on. He's taking a much different line than Teddy. Look at him go. Shot right past Teddy. That was amazing. Did you see that line that he took?
Yeah, Teddy went far in. And I don't know if he felt like he had to or what, but when he came back up, he had to let off.
Sean Butler now looking to the inside of Joshua Buckley. Not quite going to get it in there yet, but he is putting the pressure on. And it looks like he's going to clear Buckley. See if Buckley does a crossover on the inside. Nope. Sean closes the door and he maintains that third position. Take you a little further back in the field, we have a side-by-side with William Kirk and Jamie Christensen for the 7th spot. And up front, Sean Butler now all over the bumper of Dustin Lee. Let's see if he can pull that momentum move again. Nope, he's going to stay right on Dustin's bumper. Putting the pressure on, though. And these guys are not far behind the leader, number 36, of Jacob Fife. There goes Sean to the inside. Oh, they're so close. Let's hope they don't make contact. These guys are door to door.
That's pretty good right there. Both their parts.
Yep. That's what's so great, racing around the same people, you know, every week. You know exactly, you can predict what they're going to do, and they can predict what you're going to do. Sean Butler cleans that spot up. He's in 2nd spot now, man. Look at that.
Running faster times than the leader. My only question is, did he use up all those tires getting there?
Yep, that's exactly what was on my mind. Because, I mean, he was just flying through the field. You know what it reminded me of, Matt? A couple years ago, you and I went to a Rockingham truck race, if you remember. And you saw Joey Logano do pretty much the same thing at the end of the race and almost win. Here comes Butler to the inside and turns 3 and 4. Oh, they make contact.
They are touching.
Oh, man, they held on to it, but they were leaning on each other.
Yeah, that was definitely a little different than the other pass.
Yeah. And I don't think that was any sort of dirty race or anything. That was just a, hey, man, I want the lead, and we're going to race side by side. Yeah, they were leaning on each other there, and Fife had to back off. He pushed way up the track. That just about kills Fife's chances. He's now almost a full second behind the leader, Sean Butler. Dustin Lee's still right on Sean, though. He might be able to pull something off. Fife not too terribly far behind, but Butler was running pretty good laps his last few. So now Teddy's up there. Teddy wants to get in there for the podium. We'll see if he can get around Fife. Maybe he'll be the interviewee this time. Teddy Wisniewski pressuring Jacob Fife. He's about a tenth of a second behind him. Teddy's real comfortable with this track. All over Jacob's bumper now. I have a feeling Teddy's going to make a move here in the next lap or two.
Oh, Rio just hit Will Kirk. I think that's going to bring out a
no.
caution.
Yep. Let's go back and have a look. Looks like Max may have been kind of wobbling and losing control a little bit and slid up the track into William. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Wow.
I was looking at it from Kirk's point of view, though, so it might have been biased on the because it was focused on him.
Right, right. Well, I'll tell you whose point of view we're going to look at. It's Kevin O'Brien, because he was right behind it. We're on board with Kevin O'Brien now. And I could kind of see Max Terrio's front wheel look like they were wobbling back and forth real fast, like he was maybe trying to save a slide. I think that might just be what happened. He might have loosened up a little bit and pushed up the track. Watch Kevin, man. He barely makes it makes it past Kirk. That was impressive.
Yeah, it was.
He could have reached out and high-fived Kirk on his way by. So drivers coming down pit road. And some of these guys will get one more shot at taking down Sean Butler, who seems to be unstoppable lately.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in this race. I mean, he's just been beating around here like a pinball, and I gotta say, I was predicting that he'd be up there in the front. I thought I might have been a little bit optimistic on my prediction. That's why I kind of dialed it back and said, well, maybe he'll be on the podium, but nope, he right up front, man. That was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought, getting way in the back there and getting the damage and the resets and yellows, he's right up on there.
You know, you had said too, like he's going to need he might need a caution or two. Heck, right now the caution is the thing hurting him.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be able to go from 11th first without a caution, but obviously I was way off on that.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was saying right before it got real crazy there, that Rockingham race you and I went to. I remember Logano saved his tires, and he came out with fresh tires, cleared in the back of the field with, I think there were only 10 laps to go, and he was starting like last, and he just tore through that field, and ended up battling. I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was either Chase Elliott. I don't remember who it was, but he ended up finishing second. Logano did, and it was just amazing seeing those fresh tires just burn through the field like they did.
Yeah, especially at Rockingham, that crazy how much a difference it is between old and new.
Yeah, Rockingham, that place will grind some tires up now.
All right, so it looks like we got 12 trucks on the lead lap. They'll be coming. I guess it'll be a 5-lap shootout.
Yeah, 5 or 6 laps. Yeah. And I just looked it up. That race I was talking about earlier, that was Kyle Larson who won that race. And I'm a big fan of Kyle Larson, so I'm a fan of Joey Logano, but I was glad to see Larson win that race. That was a lot of fun to watch. All right, pace car ducks off for hopefully the last time. A lot of shuffling around up front.
Didn't get as good a start.
Yeah, it looks like Dustin Lee was able to get up there in the front. Sean Butler's magic tires may have worn off. We'll see. And with him being side by side with Fife there. Whoa! Sean and Fife just about make contact. Fife goes to the inside, takes it 3 wide with Teddy Wisniewski and Sean.
You know, Dustin Lee is loving that.
Yeah, Dustin says, go ahead, guys, battle it out. Now Fife inside. Oh, almost makes contact with Sean Butler, but he doesn't. Good job there. These guys are fighting hard now. You normally don't see this aggressive racing here, but 5 laps to go, they're going for it. .36, Jacob Fife goes way low on the front stretch. Oh no, Dustin gets down into Sean. Dustin goes around, Sean keeps it straight.
Big one, there's a lot of wrecks going on.
Oh yeah, leaders got into each other. Not a good way to finish it. Let's go back and have a look.
Well, I guess a lot of people were able to maneuver around, but man, that could have been really...
Now Sean managed to keep it straight, and I think he's going to maintain the lead there and win this race. Not sure what happened. It looked like Dustin may have, I don't know if he got loose or what. He just kind of came down and doored Sean pretty hard. I'm not trying to say it was intentional or anything, but he just, I think he may have been about to lose control. Let's go back and have a look from another angle. See him here going into turn 1. Dustin went really wide, it looks like, into turn 1, and it's hard to tell what was going on there. He may have just been trying to use that momentum to get up front. Maybe didn't realize that Sean was kind of in that second lane. Oh man, and he just gets tossed around. Let's go on board with Dustin and see what he saw. I tell you what, from Dustin's point of view, looking out the front of the car, he probably thought he got turned. I mean, I couldn't see anything out the front side of his car. I don't know if he has a good view out the left side or not.
Tell you what, who was waiting for that caution to come out just a little bit later was Teddy Wisniewski. Shot right past all that guys, took the lead, but the caution had come out.
Oh, did he really?
Yep. Looks like he's going to finish third.
So there's your top 3. Sean Butler, after all of that, even right at the end, getting run into and everything, still manages to win this race. And Dustin Lee, man, he got bounced around quite a bit before the caution came out. That put him down into 11th position. Definitely not what he was hoping for. It was an aggressive move. Like I said, I'm not going to try and lay blame anywhere, but you know, these guys are racing aggressive. Just a few laps left to go till the end, racing for the lead. You expect them to race that way, really. So white flag is out, and the pace car will bring them around to the checkered this time. go back and have a look at this. Have a look at this wreck from the chopper view. Yeah, I'm going to say, I just looked at it from the chopper view. I'm going to say it looks like Dustin might not have realized that Sean was that far up the track. Good job by Sean hanging on to it. So Sean takes the checkered flag for the 4th time in a row here at the Red Light Truck winter season. And Sean will not be doing a burnout, I guess.
Anybody stop this guy?
I don't know, man. That's pretty wild. Let's have a look at our results here. We already went over the top 3. Sean Butler, Joshua Buckley, Teddy Wisniewski. Newcomer Christopher Schetzler just about gets on podium. He's in 4th position. Good job. Good showing by him. Up next, we got Max Terrio, John Fershing, Nate LaFleur, Robert Craze, Kevin O'Brien, bringing home a top 10, Jacob Fife. Dustin Lee falls back to 11th after that unfortunate wreck there at the end. Jamie Christensen, 12th, William Kirk, Glenn Sidman, Tim Lewis, Andrew Williams, and Damon Gilbert and Dustin Phillips had taken it to the garage. Actually, Dustin, it doesn't look like he actually even started the race, did he? I don't see any laps there.
Yeah, I didn't see him get any laps.
All right, so race winner is Sean Butler. Let's pull him down here and see what his thoughts are on the race.
That's
Sean.
Hey, Jeremy, how's it going?
How about that, man? That's the face of adversity right there, man. After all that whole race, tell us about it.
Yeah, well, on that first restart, I just kind of jumped it a little bit, and I felt bad, and I was going out. I got out of throttle to stay up high to let Dustin go back by me, and it just went up to the wall, and then just battling back after that. I short pitted just to get the truck fixed so I can get back up to speed, and it just clipped that friggin' apron like I was trying not to do, and just spun out and brought out a caution. And what can I say? It was just adversity after adversity, and then to have that happen at the end, racing for the win. I was just watching it. It was just unfortunate. Definitely didn't want it to end that way. We're having a good battle, and man, I'm just watching it. It just seems like Dustin just got such a better turn in. I mean, I was completely off the throttle even on the brake. I was just rewatching it, and then he just turned in so good. I couldn't turn in that good. Like I said, unfortunate.
Yeah, we were watching, trying to figure out what happened. It looked like Dustin went real wide on the turn, on the entry, and that might have been what kind of allowed him to turn in. But he had tons of momentum and just barely clipped you on the way by. And unfortunate for him, it spun him out. Good job by you keeping it straight, though.
Yeah, like I said, I thought I did something wrong, but when I'm watching, man, it just looks like a racing thing. I feel bad for Dustin. Like I said, he was up there all night, and I just happened to, with that last getting spun out and wrecked and being able to come on pit road and get fresh tires, and I was just real fast, and man, I just sucked to have that happen there at the end. Like I said, it was going to be fun to race him to the end, but just terrible.
Yeah, no one likes to see it end that way, but yeah, you definitely deserved it. Tell us about that last restart when you were starting in the 6th row, and Matt and I were kind of placing bets on whether or not you're going to make it up to the podium, and man, you just shot through the field.
Yeah, like I said, I had the fresh tires, and I got a great start, and I was a little nervous because it seemed like we were going to go 3 wide, and then some people backed out, and I knew I had to get going because starting way back there it's just going to be hard. I knew it was going to be hard to get up there, and I was shocked how quickly I got up to the top 5.
Yeah, I gotta say I was shocked too. I was the one saying I wouldn't be too surprised to see Sean get up there, and then I was surprised when I saw it, just the way you handled it, man. That was really great. Good racing. Congratulations on your 4th win in a row. And anybody you want to say hi to?
I just you guys up there in the booth. It's great to have you guys up there calling the races, and I know you guys would probably rather be in here, especially when we're having this much fun. And just again say hi to Dustin and apologize for that. I mean, I know he knows. I hope he knows I didn't do that on purpose. When he goes back and watches it, he just got such a monster turn in. It was just crazy, but and then all these other guys out here, it was a fun race. I wish I could have been up front more of the night. So just kind of screwing myself up there all most of the race till the end.
Yeah, a little rough going, but yeah, it was a good race. It was definitely exciting to watch, and I'm glad you guys had a good time, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Oh yeah, I'll be here next week. Road course. If I can get a top 5, I'll feel like a win.
All right, yeah, I remember. I can actually remember battling you for I think it was 3rd position about a year ago on a road course. I think we were at Road America, and I remember coming up the hill on Road America. You and I were side by side. And I got so nervous I missed my shift, and you just shot past me. I wanted I wanted to just throw my wheel that night because it was all my fault.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think I beat you by I don't know, the width of a hair. I have no idea. It was barely. It was so close.
It was so close, and it was because I sat there on the limiter for 3 or 4 seconds before I was so focused on watching you in the mirror that I sat there on the limiter, didn't realize I was supposed to upshift. But yeah, lots of fun racing with you guys, and I'll get back down on the track here at some point, maybe next season or something. We'll kind of do a 1-and-1 where we race and then broadcast some of the races. But all right, well, good having you, Sean, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thanks, man.
Josh Buckley, how you doing?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Good. Walk us through that last little bit there before the final yellow.
I mean, it was a lot of chaos. It was really just trying to, gain position. I was trying to stay on the outside as much as I could. The outside line was the better way to go, but it was also trying to. I felt like I had a top 5 truck. I had no better. It's one of those. So get away with what I did. There's some unfortunate circumstances that did take place that, it's a little controversial, but it happened, and move on to next week.
Yep. Well, you were saying the outside line was a better line for. It's what it looked like up here too, as well. It's just if you got caught behind a car that didn't make a good restart, then the inside line could do it. But otherwise, all things being equal, the outside was better.
Exactly. The outside line was definitely the way to be if you're trying to gain the track position. Taking the tires with, I think, 3 or 4 trucks that didn't. I was, it was kind of like, my mouth was watering, just trying to get the positions I could. Didn't want it to end it the way it did, but, I can't argue about a 2nd place at the same time. So, especially with how I felt like the truck was going to go throughout the race.
Sweet. Well, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Thank you guys for doing this. I know there's one guy watching, John. Hi. And I hope he enjoyed it. Other than that, I'll see you guys next week at Watkins Glen, I believe it is.
Yes, it is. Watkins Glen, a cup circuit, 30 laps.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
All right, we'll see you, Josh. Teddy Wisniewski, man, you practiced a lot, and it looks like it paid off. Tell us about your race.
It was all right. I could look back at it and make a lot of improvements, but overall, I didn't belong 2nd or 1st. I kind of felt like I belonged 3rd or 4th, and it's where I finished. I could have squeaked by, and when that wreck started happening, I actually thought I had the win at first, but I'm okay with it. It was a really fun race.
Yeah, Matt noticed that there at the end, how you got out in front of everybody, but the caution came out just before you got ahead of Sean and Josh, and otherwise you would have finished as the winner if the caution came out a little bit later.
Yeah, I mean, that's something no driver really likes to see, that's for sure. But at the time, I was actually very ecstatic. Because I had a terrible run off turn 4, and at that moment, I thought I just screwed up the race for me. And it's just kind of unfortunate how that turned out. There's many different camera angles you could see for that wreck, and neither one of them is really going to tell you which one had the fault. And I just, it sucked.
Yeah, I mean it does. I looked at it from 3 or 4 camera angles, and I mean I wouldn't be able to call it. I mean, especially when looking at it through the lens of understanding, this is the last couple of laps of the race, and I pointed that out just before it happened. I said, look at how hard these guys are racing, how aggressive they're racing. They're not typically like this on the track, but with 5 to go, I mean, that's racing. It's going to happen. People get aggressive, and overall, everyone races really great in this league, and we're glad to have you guys.
Yeah, I mean, and the track is really wide, but when you look at the track and iRacing versions of the track where you really only have 2 racing lanes, and the inside was so hard to pass on all night, and but the outside, in order to get that run on the outside, you had to cut it down, so both of those guys have an argument they can make for that wreck, but that was awesome how the people I was racing with were able to race 3 wide and side by side for laps, and it was just really cool racing.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun down there, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. Anybody you want to say hi to?
No, I just want to say thank you to Tim for his donation today. I know he donated some money to the league, and you and Matt do a fantastic job up here, and I really enjoy watching the races after the race is over with.
All right, well, we're thankful to have great drivers, and glad you enjoyed the broadcast, and we will hopefully see you next week.
Yep, thank you guys.
Yep. All right, Matt, got a little bit crazy, but overall pretty good race, and I think that had to have been a lot of fun, so much battling on the track.
Oh yeah, all the way through. Even in the back there, they were going by 2x2s. Just pretty good racing overall.
Yep, very good. Well, just a reminder to the viewers, we will not be broadcasting for the next 2 weeks. There will be races. We'll race at Watkins Glen for 30 laps and then Dover for 100 laps. Unfortunately, our work schedule will prevent us from broadcasting. But we will come back on February 2nd for the Richmond race. And yeah, next week, Watkins Glen. And then Richmond, February 2nd. Followed up by our season finale at Charlotte on February 9th. And we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast of the Red Light Truck Series at Kentucky Speedway. Results from tonight's race will be posted on our website, redlightleague.com, where you can see schedules, photos, and more. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and Facebook for all the latest updates. Recording of tonight's race will be posted probably tomorrow morning on Facebook. It'll show up on our YouTube channel sometime tonight, and you can actually watch it on our Twitch channel right now if you want to. And links to all those pages are on our website. And if you or any driver you know wants to join us, go to iRacing.com and go to the leagues page, search for Red Light Racing, and apply. We'll still take on a couple more drivers, but for the most part, we got pretty good solid fields here. Around 20 drivers, 20 to 25 drivers a night's what we're usually looking for. And so we will see you in 3 weeks. And unless you're driving, we'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.
All right, everybody, have a good week.